one way to think about the Midas list is it is a little bit of a lagging indicator in the sense that these investments could have been made a number of years ago. As you know, people joke in venture capital, you can do it 7 or 8 years before you know if you're any good. And the Midas list is like 7 to 12 years later, you actually know you're good. Those are the people on the Midas list. And so some of these investments that were made in the fintech era, especially when we saw a boom in these companies, let's say 6 to 8 years ago, they really matured in a way that has been really good for the Midas list. And so whether it's Revolut or Monzo or Nubank or some of the platforms like a Stripe, checkout.com, for the biggest Midas list investors, these were early investments made a number of years ago that reached that scale that we want to see. And even better with a company like Nubank, liquidity, right? And so I think Nubank is just such an exciting outcome. Obviously, Mickey Malka, great story, born in Venezuela, head of Ribbit Capital, I think one of the best fintech investors in the world. And it put him at number 2 on the list alongside Coinbase and others. But Nubank had a bunch of influence. It also helped Ade Ajao, who was the first Black investor to ever make the Midas list, the head of Base 10 Partners. He was an investor there. He's actually another great story. He's born in Spain, African Spanish heritage, came to America to go to Stanford Business School, was actually at Stanford Business School with 3 LATAM unicorns. And so he got to invest in those companies, realized maybe he was a better investor than founder, built a Midas career. So we got to see some really cool global investors who have seen the opportunity in fintech, especially in LATAM, but in other places too, maybe because they have a different background, maybe because those were just really nascent markets. But I think that's been one of my favorite things to see is that a lot of those biggest fintech companies were not just Silicon Valley companies.